Welcome to 10 adorable baby gifts that are totally useless. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into the world of baby gifts. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore babies. They're tiny bundles of joy that bring so much happiness into our lives. But let's be real for a moment. Have you ever been to a baby shower and thought, what on earth is that? Or why would anyone need this? Well, you're not alone. You know I love babies, right? Who doesn't love babies? They're the epitome of innocence and joy. From their tiny fingers to their adorable giggles, babies have a way of melting our hearts. But sometimes, in our excitement to shower them with love, we end up buying things that are, well, less than practical. They're cute, they're cuddly, they make funny noises. Every little thing they do is a source of endless entertainment. But let's face it, not every gift we give them is as useful as we might think. Sometimes we get so caught up in the cuteness factor that we forget to consider the practicality. But sometimes the gifts people buy for babies, they can be downright baffling. I mean, have you ever seen a baby tuxedo? Or how about those tiny baby shoes that they outgrow in a week? Don't even get me started on the baby-sized kitchen sets. While these gifts might look adorable, they often end up collecting dust in a corner. Let's just say, they're not always the most practical. And as much as we appreciate the thought behind these gifts, sometimes we can't help but scratch our heads and wonder what the gift giver was thinking. It's the thought that counts, right? But wouldn't it be great if the thought was also a bit more useful? So, I've compiled a list of 10 adorable baby gifts that are totally useless. These are the kinds of gifts that make you go, "Aw, that's so cute," followed by, "But what do I do with it?" From impractical clothing items to toys that serve no real purpose, this list has it all. And trust me, you'll be nodding along in agreement by the end of it. Get ready to laugh, because some of these are doozies. Whether you're a parent, a soon-to-be parent, or just someone who loves babies, this list is sure to bring a smile to your face. So sit back, relax, and let's take a humorous look at some of the most adorable yet totally useless baby gifts out there. You won't want to miss this. First up, we have the classic useless baby gift tiny shoes. These miniature marvels are often the first thing people think of when they want to buy something cute for a newborn. They come in all sorts of styles, from tiny sneakers to little loafers, and even miniature versions of adult shoes. But let's be real here, folks. What purpose do they actually serve? I mean, come on, look at these things. They're undeniably adorable and they make for great Instagram photos. But beyond that, their practicality is highly questionable. Babies don't walk and they certainly don't need shoes to protect their feet. In fact, most pediatricians recommend that babies go barefoot as much as possible to help their feet develop naturally. They're like the size of my thumb. Can you imagine trying to put these on a squirming baby? It's like trying to put socks on a cat. And once you do manage to get them on, they usually fall off within minutes. Babies are notorious for kicking off anything on their feet, whether it's socks, booties, or these tiny shoes. They're adorable, yes, but have you ever seen a baby walk? Most babies don't start walking until they're around a year old, and even then, they're more likely to be crawling or cruising along furniture. So these tiny shoes are essentially just for show. They don't help with walking, and they certainly don't provide any support. They're basically tiny, drunk humans who can't even hold their heads up straight. Watching a baby try to sit up or crawl is like watching a miniature version of a tipsy adult. It's cute, it's funny, but it's also a reminder that these little ones are still developing their motor skills. Shoes are the last thing they need. So unless you're planning on taking your newborn for a jog, these shoes are going to sit in the closet and collect dust. They might get worn once or twice for a special occasion or a photo shoot, but for the most part, they'll be forgotten. And let's not forget how quickly babies grow. Those tiny shoes will be outgrown in a matter of weeks, if not days. So what can you do with these tiny shoes once your baby has outgrown them? Some people keep them as keepsakes, a tiny reminder of how small their child once was. Others might pass them on to friends or family members with younger babies. And then there are those who donate them to charity, hoping they'll find a new home. Some creative folks even repurpose them as decorations. Tiny shoes can make for cute ornaments, bookends, or even planters for small succulents. It's a way to give these otherwise useless items a second life. But at the end of the day, it's important to remember that while tiny shoes are undeniably cute, they're not exactly a necessity for your baby. So, the next time you're shopping for a baby gift, maybe think twice before picking up those tiny shoes. There are plenty of other practical and useful items that new parents will appreciate far more. Diapers, onesies, and baby blankets are always a hit. Or if you really want to go the extra mile, consider a gift card so the parents can buy what they truly need. In the end, it's the thought that counts. And while tiny shoes might not be the most practical gift, they do bring a smile to people's faces. And sometimes, that's all that matters. So, go ahead and enjoy the cuteness of tiny shoes, but remember, they're more for the awe factor than anything else. Next, we have excessive stuffed animals. It's a common sight in many nurseries and children's rooms. You walk in and it's like stepping into a plush wonderland. Everywhere you look, there's a stuffed animal staring back at you. From the classic teddy bears to the more exotic plushies like unicorns and dragons, the variety is endless. Now, I like a good teddy bear as much as the next guy. There's something timeless about a teddy bear that makes it a staple in any child's toy collection. The soft fur, the comforting weight, and those button eyes that seem to understand your every emotion. It's no wonder they've been a favorite for generations. But does a baby really need a mountain of plush toys? I mean, how many stuffed animals can one child play with at a time? It's almost as if parents are trying to create a mini zoo in their child's room. And let's be honest, the baby probably has a few favorites, and the rest just end up as decoration or worse, clutter. They're going to end up sleeping on the floor anyway, surrounded by a zoo of fluff they don't even notice. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? We buy all these toys to make them happy, but in the end, they find comfort in the simplest things. A soft blanket, a pacifier, or even just the sound of their parents' voice. The stuffed animals become more of a nuisance than a necessity, and don't get me started on the giant ones. These oversized plush toys are a whole other level of excessive. They take up so much space and are often too big for the baby to even play with. It's almost as if they're more for the parents' amusement than the child's. You know, the ones that take up half the crib? It's like having an extra roommate in the nursery. And let's not forget the safety concerns. A giant stuffed animal in a crib can be a suffocation hazard. It's important to remember that while these toys are cute, they need to be age-appropriate and safe for the baby. Who are those for? The parents to trip over at 3 a.m.? Navigating a nursery in the middle of the night is already challenging enough without the added obstacle course of stuffed animals. It's a recipe for stubbed toes and frustrated parents. Maybe it's time to rethink the stuffed animal overload and focus on quality over quantity. After all, a few well-loved toys can bring just as much joy as a room full of them. Baby tuxedos. Seriously? Is your baby going to a black tie gala? Is he accepting an Oscar? No? Then why does he need a tuxedo? Don't get me wrong, the idea of a baby in a tiny tux is pretty funny, I'll admit. But let's be real, the only place this outfit is going is in the My First Embarrassing Photo album. Chapter 4, Baby Sunglasses. For the fashionable newborn. Okay, I get it, the sun is bright. But have you ever tried to put sunglasses on a baby? It's like trying to wrangle a greased piglet. They're not going to keep them on for more than 2 seconds. And let's be honest, they look ridiculous, like a tiny grumpy rock star. Number 5, baby bathrobes, luxury for the little ones. Because nothing says relaxation like a baby fresh out of the bath, wrapped in a fluffy robe. Except, babies hate being wet and cold. The minute they get out of the bath, they're going to scream bloody murder until they're dry and swaddled. So unless you want a soggy, screaming baby on your hands, skip the robe. Number 6, baby jewelry. A choking hazard waiting to happen. Tiny bracelets, necklaces, earrings. They're so small and cute. They're also a choking hazard waiting to happen. Babies put everything in their mouths, it's their job. And the last thing you want is your baby choking on a tiny diamond stud. So, unless you want to spend your days fishing jewelry out of your baby's mouth, I'd say skip this gift. Number 7, baby designer clothes. Listen, I love a good Gucci bag as much as the next person, but designer clothes for babies? They're going to outgrow them in 5 minutes. And let's be real, babies don't care what they wear. They'd be just as happy, actually probably happier in a plain old onesie. Save your money for something practical like diapers. Lots and lots of diapers. Number 8, baby hair accessories, for the follicly challenged. Baby hair accessories. Tiny bows, headbands, even little hats with flowers on them. They're adorable, yes. But have you seen a baby's hair? It's like 3 strands of silk. They don't have enough hair to hold a clip, let alone a giant bow. And let's be honest, they're just going to pull it out anyway. Number 9, baby perfume. Because babies don't smell good enough? Baby perfume. Why? Why would you spray a baby with perfume? They already smell like heaven, like a mix of baby powder, milk, and something vaguely floral. It's the best smell in the world. Don't cover it up with some artificial fragrance, just let them smell like babies. Number 10. Baby bow ties, for the dapper newborn. And finally, we have baby bow ties, because every baby needs a little something extra to spruce up their outfit, right? Wrong. Babies are cute enough on their own. They don't need a bow tie to make them more adorable, plus they're just going to pull it off and try to eat it anyway. So there you have it, folks. 10 adorable baby gifts that are totally useless. Did I miss any? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, when it comes to baby gifts, it's the thought that counts. Even if the thought is, I have no idea what babies need, so here's a tiny tuxedo. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.